Hey, boys and girls, it's Mr. N again. Hello, everybody. I hope your first week of school was good. You know, before I start talking about Project 2, I've got to do one thing. I've got to show this picture because now, for a lot of you, like for second on up, you said, yeah, Mr. N, you showed us this picture last week. But you know, with my kinder and my first grade, I didn't show that picture. I showed all pictures of my different family, my grandfather, my grandmother, my dad, my mom, my brothers and sisters, and I didn't show a picture of my family. And this is my family right here. There I am. There's my wife, Becky. There's my son, Travis. And there's my daughter, Tara. So I wanted to include that. Okay. What I want to talk about today is photography, because I want to give you some pointers on taking pictures of your artwork when you send it to me. Some of you have done a great job. But I want to talk about photography. Photography is when you use a camera to take a picture. Now, photography has been around for a long time. In fact, if you ever get to go up to Austin, they have the oldest photograph in the world at the University of Texas. It was taken in the 1830s, and you can go into this museum and see it. But, for instance, I'm going to show you some of these cameras. I got some old antique cameras. This is called a box camera. Now, this is the kind of camera my mom used. And, you know, it was kind of very simple. People would stand in front of it and you'd say, be still, and click, you know, like that. And then here's some old antique cameras like this one right here, and this one too. They're about the same time period and stuff. This one would have been pretty expensive. Now, what all cameras have to have, except the cameras we have now are digital cameras, is they have to have film. The original cameras had film. Now, this is an old press camera. This was a camera that they used back in the 1940s. And it used a negative. It had a negative. It was this big. And you'd put it in the back of the camera, and when you shot the picture, it would put an image on here. And then you take the negative into a dark room, and you'd print a picture like this. And that's basically how cameras have been working for over 100 years. And this is a 35 millimeter camera. This is the type that a lot of people used pretty much up till about the year 2000. Some people still use 35 millimeter cameras. And this is the negative for that camera right there. And then this is a negative for this camera too. This is a 120 camera. And you don't have to know all this stuff because technology has gotten so good, we went to digital cameras. And this is a digital camera that my wife and I use when we go on vacation, when we want to go like underwater or we're in the water. It's got a little float on it so it won't sink. But it's waterproof. And some of you have digital cameras. I'm sure some of you do. But most of us, we just use our phones, which is really wonderful. So I want to talk about how do I take pictures on my phone. Okay. So first of all, you find your camera. And I have some pictures that I want to take. I'm demonstrate for you. These are my artworks. And this is a little kitty, okay? And if possible, you have a table or a flat surface that you can lay your artwork on. And if you have a piece of paper that's neutral, not a lot of patterns or designs, like I have this black paper, but this red paper and this blue paper would work, then I'm gonna sit there. And because it's a horizontal picture, it goes like, you know, it's horizontal, I'm gonna turn my phone horizontal. And then I'm going to get as close as I can. And I always want to have a light source. Remember, with photography, you have to have a light source. So I have the lights above right now. And I'm going to get as close as I can, and I'll take a picture. Okay? Now, this next piece of artwork is kind of like a plant. It is a vertical picture. It goes straight up and down. So when I photograph this on a flat surface, I want to turn my camera vertically. Up and down like this, my phone. But your phone has become a camera. Now, one of the things you have to be aware of when you have a light source, are you casting a shadow on your artwork? Sometimes you have to be careful of that. You look up, look down, and you have a big shadow. But it's working real good. I'm getting close. I took a picture. Now, the other way you can take, because I'm going to show you three different ways. This is the first way. The next way is if you've got tape or maybe a push pin, you can tack it to your wall. And you see I've tacked this picture. I call this irises. This is a painting I did based on the iris flower. I like to use lots of colors. So here again, I'm going to turn my phone vertically because this is a vertical picture. And you notice I have it on the wall about eye level. Actually, I'm a tall person, so I could even go up higher. But I'm going to put it right here. Anytime you put something against a wall to photograph it, make sure it's at your eye level when you're photographing. If your parents are doing it, especially you kinders and first graders, your parents might photograph your pictures. But make it eye level. Don't put it down there. Don't try to shoot it like this, or don't try to shoot it like this. Eye level, and then you do the same thing. You get as close as you can to it. And now these phone cameras are very light sensitive, so you don't need to turn the flash on. Try not to take a picture with a flash. And the last way that you can photograph your artwork is, and I'll just put my phone down, if you want to hold your artwork like this and show me your smiling face, that's fine too. Okay? Remember that. So those are 3 different ways you can photograph your art. When you get your artwork photographed on your phone, or you can use your tablet too, because I know tablets have cameras on them, you want to upload the image and send it to me on Schoology. If you're not sure how to do that, you can go to YouTube, and they have YouTube tutorials about uploading images to Schoology. Or you can send a photograph to my email. Either way, okay? All right. Now, once you've photographed everything, one other thing you have to do, and I know some of you are saying, Mr. N, I'm in the 5th grade. You want to know who I am? I know who you are, but I don't know who your teacher is. So please write your teacher's name when you send your picture to me, so I'll know which folder to put it in, because I'm putting all your photographs of your artwork in the folder so that we can have an electronic art show, which will be pretty exciting. So make sure you put your teacher's name when you send me a message or an image, okay? So, what is the project for this week? What I'd like for you to do is I would like for you to draw whatever you want. You can draw anything. You have fun with it. And don't forget to use imagination and creativity. And you can color it any way you want. You like to draw flowers, draw flowers. If you like to draw dinosaurs, draw dinosaurs. If you like to draw cars, you draw and color whatever you want and photograph it and send it to me. The other thing you can do, if you want to, is take your camera or your phone and photograph something interesting in your house or outside of your house. Maybe your dog, or maybe you have an interesting toy. So you could do that too. You could photograph something that you find very interesting, or photograph your drawing that you did this time, which can be on any subject this time. Okay? Remember, creativity and imagination, and don't forget to tell me your teacher's name when you send me your wonderful images. So have a great week and be safe. Thank you.